Hey guys, me Dave. It's what is it? Oh, they make my eyes so blurry. I can't even see the date. I think it's 5/28/2020. It is Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Thank God. So I thought I would do a little video. I'll tell you about what they did to me this morning and a couple other things they've done to me this afternoon. It hasn't been too terribly bad, but I'll tell you what they did to me this morning. I think um, I think they can make you have acid reflux somehow, and heartburn and stuff like that. I'm on medication for heartburn. My heart doctor put me on medication for heartburn, so I don't have heartburn anymore. I used to have it all the time since I've had these weapons, and they can cause acid reflux. All right, so I went to, last night I went to bed around midnight, and then around 5 a.m., they started to do acid reflux. It was acid reflux. I mean, they can cut your breathing off. I don't know how they do it, if they pinch a nerve up here or, I don't know how they do it. But they can cut your breathing off so you can't breathe. You can't breathe at all. So they were making me have acid reflux. And I was like choking on the acid reflux, and they were blocking my breathing at the same time. So I'm sitting here, trying to cough and all this stuff. I couldn't do it. I'm sitting here, trying to cough, and my breathing, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. And, this fluid is coming up in my throat and all this stuff, acid reflux. And I'm sitting here almost choking on this stuff. And then they finally let me breathe, and I was like, that's what I was like, I was really doing that, because I was so out of breath and stuff. So that's what they did to me to wake me up at 5. It was actually 5:25 in the morning because I looked at the clock. So that's what they did to me this morning. I was choking on the acid reflux, and then they cut my breathing off, so I couldn't breathe. It was unreal. That's the second time they did this this week. It's the second time they did that this week. They in sometimes, like in the past, they'll just cut your breathing off, and you'll wake up and you're almost hyperventilating, because you can't breathe, and you're like, just trying to catch your breath, and stuff. They will do that sometimes. It's evil as hell, I think. Who does this stuff to an innocent person? I mean, they have to be super evil. I don't know what's wrong with them. And they can cut your breathing off completely, so you cannot breathe. It's unreal. I don't know if they pinch a nerve somewhere in there or what, but they can cut your breathing off completely. So you're in a deep sleep, and you wake up and you can't breathe, and stuff. And it's unreal, really. It's scary because you're waking up and you can't breathe, and you're like this morning, I was almost spitting up. I couldn't. I was almost choking on my acid reflux. It was unreal, because they cut my breathing off and all this stuff, and then they finally let me breathe, and I was, it was not fun at all. They can do all kinds of things with these weapons, you guys. Cut your breathing off. It's just, It's disgusting, but at the same time, it's amazing on what they can do. What they can do, um, if anybody pretends like they don't have, if people act like they don't have the brain figured out, I think they have, I think the government and these people have a lot of the brain figured out. If they can do all this stuff with directed energy weapons and all this stuff, cut your breathing off, hit your heart, hit your internal organs like your liver, they can hit your kidneys, they can do all this stuff. Like I say, it's disgusting, but it's amazing at the same time, because nobody would believe it. People don't believe it. They can do all kinds of things with these weapons. It's really scary because they have a lot of control over us, whether we want to admit it or not. And they do scary things like that sometimes. I think it's pure evil. I don't know who does this stuff. I think they're psychopaths that like to hurt people, and stuff. It's not good, So I don't know if you guys ever had that happen to you, but they can cut your breathing off and make you wake up gasping for air, where you can't breathe. And like I say, this morning I was like choking, and they were cutting my breathing off. And it was super scary because I had like fluid in my mouth and I couldn't breathe, and I was trying to catch a breath and all this stuff, and then they finally let me catch a breath. And you're just waking up, so you're out of it and all that stuff. You wake up to that, and it's a scary feeling. It's not a very good feeling to wake up to, and stuff. So anyway, these guys in my program, they have no limits. They will do anything. They will almost kill me. To the point where they gave me a heart attack. And I was gasping for air. My chest was tightened up and all this stuff. It was going down my arm. I was having a heart attack. They don't care. And I was being remote air monitored the whole time. I was awake the whole time, and they were remote air monitoring me the whole time I was having my heart attack, and the whole time I was in surgery. They don't care. These people have no, they have no, I can't think of the word. They just they don't care about human life. It doesn't matter if you're innocent or if you're guilty or whatever. They don't care about human life at all. They say they do, but they don't. These people don't care. It's really disgusting. Other than that, I want to change it on a lighter note, kind of a funnier note, I guess. We had such a beautiful day up here in Duluth, Minnesota. We had 2 nice days, beautiful, 80 degrees. I mean, it was gorgeous. So I took Tanner out a couple times and all this stuff, and then I asked my relative. My relative was off in the afternoon. I'm like, do you want to go for a ride? We'll go for a ride through the park or whatever, and waste some time, kill some time and all this stuff, So we went for a ride. We kind of wasted the whole afternoon. She's like, oh, I want to ride by a house and all this stuff. All right, we'll go ride by the house, and then we'll take the park on the back, on the way back and all this stuff. So on a lighter note, this is the thing they like to do to me, to get reactions. All right. They like to show me beautiful women. They like to show me beautiful women. Some people think because I laugh about that, that, oh my God, you should be more serious, and um, you know, I've been single for 10 years. I've been single for 10 years, you guys. I haven't had a girlfriend in 10 years. 10 years since 2010. You know, it's like, of course I'm gonna look at beautiful women that they have out there to get reactions out of me. I've been single for 10 years. 10 years. That's a long time, you guys. 10 years. You know? So we stopped at Quick Trip to get gas. They had a beautiful woman coming out of an SUV. I mean, I was gawking at her. I was like, wow, she's gorgeous. And then, so then I seen her and all that stuff. Got a reaction on me. Of course, it's gonna get a reaction on me. They know what triggers me. Beautiful women. That's why they use gorgeous women all the time. So then we went for a ride, went through the park and all this stuff. We were heading home, and we got close to home, and there was two younger girls, maybe mid-20s or whatever, and they were moving into an apartment, and they were moving a couch. In the one girl, right when we were pulling up, driving past her, the one girl dropped her end of the couch, and she like bent over. She was showing, she was wearing these shorts. She like bent over. It's like you totally see her butt. It was totally scripted. They do that stuff to me all the time to grab my attention. And these women will do it. They'll do it. I mean, getting paid a couple bucks or whatever. Sure, they'll flaunt their butt off, anytime, they don't care, So they hit me with, I mean, there was a lot of beautiful women out today, to grab my attention, to get reactions out of me, and stuff. That's what they do, When I was getting V2K, they were like, we want you thinking about women all the time. We want you thinking about women all the time. Except they didn't use the word women. They used the P word. All right? I'm not going to say it, but we want you to think the P word all the time. So they do that. There could be older women. There could be younger women, all kinds of women that they will use to get reactions out of you. And they'll dress skimpy or sexy or whatever you want to call it, where they grab your attention. Where, that girl stands out from other girls. She's gorgeous. And they grab your attention. It's unreal. It really is unreal. They do that a lot in my program. To grab my attention, and it does grab my attention because, I've been single for 10 years. I haven't had a girlfriend in 10 years, I haven't had a girlfriend to talk to or anything, go out and do things with. I've been, I've been targeted since 2014, but it's really been going on much earlier than that, so, I mean, I had lots of girlfriends before, and stuff, and they so they use all these women for reactions and all this stuff. They're not gonna let me date anybody. They're gonna turn her perp. They're gonna turn her into a perp in a heartbeat. I swear to God, they'll turn her into a perp in a heartbeat. They're not gonna let me date anybody, have a girlfriend, and all that. And that's not gonna happen. They want me isolated and alone forever, apparently. Unless this comes out someday, which, there's a little bit of hope that happens, but, I'm not going to sit here and hold my breath. So they show me a lot of beautiful women, wearing short shorts and all this stuff, and, Yeah, it grabs my attention. I'm not gonna lie. It grabs my attention. There's a beautiful woman there. It's gonna grab my attention, and every other guy there is. I mean, that's just part of it. So that's what they were doing to me. On a lighter note, today, they were doing that quite a bit. They do that quite a bit. If it's nice out, if it's beautiful out, they'll have the women out to get reactions out of me. That's something they do to me in my program. Um, Young, old, doesn't matter. They'll have some good looking women out there that will grab your attention and, stuff like that. They'll use college girls, they'll use girls in their mid 20s, they'll use women in their 50s. If they look good enough, they'll use them in their 50s, beautiful women. But anyway, that's what happened to me today, so I thought I would share that a little bit. Uh, Other than that, not too much going on. It hasn't been too bad of a day. I stayed out all afternoon. I wanted to get away from the house. We went for a ride to kill a couple hours and stuff like that, and we were trying to enjoy the day. And then I took Tanner out to the park twice, and then we went for a ride around town a couple times just to kill some time. And I wanted to get Tanner out. I want him to get used to riding in the van. He's kind of timid a little bit. He shakes a little bit when we're in the van, and I want to get him out of that. Another thing I want to tell you guys is these a-holes, perps, have been lighting off fireworks, and it's scaring the crap out of our dogs. It's scaring the crap out of our dogs. Our dogs don't even want to go outside because they're scared. So they're all in my room around me because they're scared. So they're going to start this crap again because July 4th is coming up and all this stuff. Which I think they actually canceled July 4th here in our town, in our city and stuff. So, they've been lighting off fireworks to scare the crap out of our dog. They're perps because they do it right by the park and you can't see them. They stay hidden so you can't tell who's doing it and all that stuff. They're lurking around in the shadows of the darkness. You know what I mean? So you don't know who's doing it. But anyway, I suppose I'll cut this off, you guys. These people are heartless. They have no conscience, no guilt. They don't feel anything. I hope someday they do feel something. To be honest, I hope they feel a big wooden stick shoved up their ass. I think they deserve that. Hey, that's what I think they deserve. These people are not good people. They're evil people, you guys. So anyway, I'm gonna cut this off. I hope you guys doing well out there and staying safe. And the weekend's coming up. I hope you guys don't get hit too hard on the weekends. I know some people get hit hard on the weekends, because of some of these people. So stay safe out there, you guys. And I guess I will talk to you later.